Alright guys, Tucker here with S&S Smithing. Today we're going to do some tongs. Let's get at it. Alrighty guys, so you know, as you may or may not know anyway, we have a good bit of railroad spike projects planned for the future. But some of them, you know, my usual go-to thing for the railroad spikes is weld it to a piece of rebar. But at a certain point with some of these projects, that's going to just kind of get in the way and slow things down a bit. So I want to make some of those, rebar tongs that hold them like, railroad spike tongs that'll hold it like this, wedge it in place. That, and I want to make a pair of bolt tongs, so that's going to be what the next couple videos should be. This one's going to just be making the tongs that hold the head, and then the next one should be the bolt jaw tongs. So let's get talking how we're going to do it. Alright, what we're going to start out with is, for all of our tongs here, we're going to be using this inch by, was it half inch? Yeah, inch by half inch bar. So this is what we're going to start. We're not going to draw out the reins. What I'm going to do is just going to be like a quick and dirty way to make tongs real quick. I'm just going to get the bits ready and the boss. Draw down the spot where the reins will go a little bit, and I got some 3/8 round bar I'm just going to weld on as handles for the tongs. So, alright, let's get started on it. Guys, so what we're going to do is starting out here, so we're going to set down the end of the bar here about 1.5 inches. See, we got it squished down to a spot where I like it. We have the offset in there, so next thing we're going to do is start chiseling in the cut to spread these apart. Let's work on getting this cut. Doing it lightly here to establish our line. Our line's set in pretty good. Next heat, we're just going to start driving her home. Now we got it cut open here. We're going to go ahead and spread out our tines. heat. We're going to try to open it up and get a nice flat space between the two. So what we're going to do next is just forge it straight down on itself. A little bit easier using my upsided plate down here. We're getting there. Another heat or so. I'm gonna just straighten it off. Alright, so now that we got that forged down in, we're gonna go ahead and bend it down in our little tongs here. Kind of like that. There we go. We'll get a heat and finish up working on that other one. We're going to have to try to bend this other one on the horn here. Once we're going to go ahead and get it the right thickness of like the railroad spike, just going to go ahead and forge it down around it. Now that we got a little bit of that curve in it. Alright, quick disclaimer guys, I have not made these before. I don't really remember ever watching any tutorials how to do this, so I'm just kind of looking at pictures on Google and trying to like reverse engineer it from there without help. So making this up as we go along. Hopefully they work. Close our device, bend it over. I want to try to get this hole squared up a little bit though. So we're going to head over to the device. Here. Right about there. So I've gotten the spike, the approximate fit nicely in there. Now what I want to do is just go ahead and make it that way the spike can go in and out of these bits relatively smoothly. There's some rag from the chisel cut and stuff that I'll file out once everything's done and ready to get fit up. But next thing we're going to do now is work on tapering this down a little bit. And then once that's done, we're going to go ahead and do the other side. Tapering it down. Throw in the hot cut hardy and cut this off the bar. Our tong. Well, one half. Alright. I'll go ahead and let that cool off while I work on the other half. It'll work just like any other normal pair of tongs for this other spot. I'm just going to make it sit down right there. Alright, our set down started. We're just going to continue it. Upset where we need it. Now we're just going to turn it over here, quite a bit of a 45, and put in another one. Put that out just a little bit more, kind of this way. And then we're going to bend it, and then we're going to draw down the rein a little bit, and we're going to go ahead and punch the holes for the rivet. Alright, now we're just going to bend it down this way. Now we just gotta push, make our upset a little bit more pronounced here, and push that over some, and then we'll be good. Alright, now we're gonna start working on the upset, and about there. Good. We're going to get in the hot cut hardy and then cut it off. Another one forged out. Next thing is going to be welding the handles onto them, and then punch in the hole for the rivet and putting them together, and then putting in the final adjustments. Alright guys, this week's channel shout out goes to Christ-Centered Ironworks. Roy, he made some RailRoad spike tongs like the ones we're making today. Well, not like them. There was a different version where there was a hole that the bottom of the spike slid into. So go check him out. As always, I'll put a link in the card here, at the end of the video, and down in the description. Alright guys, let's get back at it. Alrighty guys, so the reins have been welded on. Now we're just going to fire the forge back up again. Try to blend in the welds a little bit. See if I can get these to line up together as a pair. And then we'll work on punching the hole. fit together pretty well right now. So next thing we're going to do here, instead of punching it, I'm just going to drill the holes so that way I know they're lined up pretty well. And then we're going to make the rivets and put them together and test them out on railroad spike. Alrighty guys, we got our holes drilled in it. I kind of skipped that part because the battery's starting to run low on the camera, and pretty sure you all know what it's like to drill a hole. So next thing we're going to do, since we got them pretty well fit up, before we put them together, we're going to go ahead and start making the rivet. What we're going to do for our rivet here, I got a piece of 3/8 bar, same size as the handle, and it's going to be the same as the hole here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to upset one end of it in the vise, smush down like for the poppy flower, the exact same thing. Smush down the one end, then take it through the rivets, through the tongs, and then rivet the other end. For our purposes today. Alright, next thing we're going to do is heat her up, cut off whatever we need for the rest of the rivet on the hot cut, and put it in the tongs. I slid the rivet in the end here, and then I'm going to start working on putting these tongs together. There we go, the rivet slid through. There's a first look at them. So next thing we're going to do here is finish up the rivet on this side, and then we'll go ahead and do the other end. Let's go ahead and finish up this side here. There's that end riveted. Flip it around, do this end. work loose. I got a little bent out of shape, but I can true that all up in the vise and stuff, so I'm going to throw a spike in it real quick and see if it'll work. Alright, they hold the spike in them. Like I said, it's still a little wonky and bent up from putting in the rivet, so it just needs trued up. Holds the spike real good. I just got to sit there and fiddle with it. We got most of the twist and stuff out back out in the vise. Alright, they're done. They hold pretty good. Well, I might not have built them the way they're supposed to go, or the most proper way, but they give me the result I want, and I think I'm going to get a lot of good use out of them. Alrighty guys, I hope you enjoyed this video making these railroad spike tongs. There they are. They're nice and loose. Now, there's a time or two where they get caught, but that should work out in time. The more I use them, the freer they'll swing, so that's good. Like I said, they hold on to the railroad spike real great. So, there's that. Alright guys, so thanks for watching. Remember, keep up with the channel. Like, share, comment, and guys, this is really important. If you like this, hit that subscribe button right down here. Alright guys, we'll see you on the next one. For John.